everybody, it's Thea. Welcome back to Garden Goddess Tarot and the ridiculous epic, apparently never ending, collection and declutter series. Well, hello. Didn't see you there. I'm not very good. Not at all. But that's what practicing is for. That is entirely its own wonderful thing. I got that beastie as a Christmas present and I've been kind of obsessed with it. So that's the new project. We're learning. We're learning to make noises that aren't like eye-bleedingly terrible, and so far I've managed to make something that sort of sounds like something else, so it's only been a few weeks. It's pretty crazy. But anyway, that's not what today's video is about. Today's video is about this. this pile of decks that I've gotten rid of. Well, I haven't gotten rid of them. They're obviously still right here. But I would like to get rid of them. We decluttered them. We made the decision who's gonna go, who's gonna stay. And those two boxes and the bag, where'd it go? That bag. 89 decks, if my math is correct, are gonna go, and we're just gonna go through them today. And that's the plan. We're just gonna casual it up today. We're just gonna hang out. And I'm just going to probably plunk myself right down on the floor there. And we're going to go through them. And I'm going to show you, specifically though, most importantly, some of these will be for sale, I think. I'm like horrified at the prospect of like the chaos of trying to organize it. But specifically, if you want any of these, let me know. My email address is down below. Watch the whole video first, compile a list of the ones you want, and I'll give you a quote for basically the cost of them. A lot of the mass market ones aren't going to be worth it to ship alone. So if you want one of them, like, it would make sense to get like a bunch. Just because shipping from Canada is going to be like baseline $20. Just saying that, like at least $20 to ship. So just keep that in mind. If it's an imprint mass market deck, I will say it is 1000% more sensible to just get a new copy. So just keep that in mind. But that being said, anything else you want to do a whole bunch, this is the time. If you have messaged me and I've gotten back to you about other ones already, consider you're good. I haven't got back to everybody's emails yet because there's been so many already and I'm like horrified. But if you've spoken for one and I've confirmed, then consider it yours. I'll probably mention that as we find those ones and go through. But there will be also a list in the description box of this video. So there's a list. Whether or not they're spoken for or not, I will consider them sold once payment has been received by anyone else I haven't already talked to, which is fine. I will be in touch with how to do that. Probably within the next couple weeks they will go out. There's no rush otherwise, but I guess that's it for the disclaimers. Ugh, hold on, I have to get you situated. Alright, hey, I'm like not a professional at all. I just realized that my mic wasn't even plugged in for that first bit. Absolutely wild. Okay. There's a few other things I wanted to mention as well that I remembered as I was reshuffling boxes everywhere. The condition of these decks is far from perfect. A lot of them I have either edged myself with like Tombow markers or who knows what, colored ink, all that jazz. And some of them, like, they're not in the greatest condition. So the prices will probably reflect that. Just keep that in mind. Like, if you want to see the condition of the decks, find the video in the Declutter series, which will be linked below as well. If you haven't seen the series where I've go through and declutter my entire collection while showing literally every deck that I have, which is crazy. Yeah, have a look, find it there. You can like see up close what the condition of the deck is going to be like, so you can make a decision based on the quality of it there. But like, just know a lot of these I bought used and all that jazz. So, and then also this stack of decks, which you can kind of see right here, these ones were all gifted to me and I can't in good faith sell them. So what I'm gonna do with these ones, which we're gonna talk about really quick, first is I'm going to put these in giveaways for all of my tarot roundup videos going into 2026. So every time I do a tarot roundup video for 2026, where we just like hang and talk tarot on a kind of monthly basis, at the end of it, I will do a giveaway for one of these. So the ones that are in question here will just show. But yeah, going through each and every one of the decks that I owned was very illuminating. It was a very eye-opening and emotionally and energetically overwhelming experience as well. Every day after I'd get through like the 20 or 30 decks that we would do for the videos, and then I would like have to go through and edit and upload and everything. And it was, and like getting to kind of see how I feel about those, because a lot of the decks I haven't touched in like a great span of time just due to the nature of how many I've had, and my feelings about them, like how I felt when I held them was wildly different than perhaps what I had originally felt with those decks. So it was really good, and I highly recommend, although like I don't recommend making a video series of it because it's just like way too much work. But if you just sit and take some time to like go through your decks, like actually get them out, go through them, like look at each of the cards and like see how you feel in relation to them, it really helps instead of just like trying to declutter based on like just holding the box, because that's a whole different experience. Anyway, the decks that are going to be the giveaways. The first one is going to be the Greek Goddess Tarot by Lorenzi Prince, which was a wonderful gift. But it just didn't work out for me, unfortunately. So this one is going to be one of the first ones that we do a giveaway for, if you've been interested in that one. This is a lovely indie deck. Lorenzi Prince, the artist behind the Tarot of the Crone and the Dark Goddess Tarot, and there's a few others as well. But yeah, that one's gonna be one of the first giveaways. I gotta blow through these. There's 89 of them. Oh my gosh, like decks in total. The next one is Andy's Feel Your Chakras Oracle. I have 2 copies of this, and I couldn't justify having both, even though both editions are beautiful. This is a kind of non-existent copy of her Feel Your Chakras Oracle. That's the vintage edition. There's a newer vintage edition that looks better than this that's available now. A little bit more stylized in the backs, but this one is still like beautifully pretty and wildly useful. So this one I will do a giveaway for in a tarot roundup video as well. Another copy of the Gentle Tarot by Mari in the Sky. I love this deck. I just didn't need 3 copies of it. I've already given away 1 copy, the linen edition. This is the matte version that matches the My Friend Fire Oracle that she just came out with in texture, and the smart part of me would keep this one, but no, I like the little one. The little one's my favorite. It's gonna stay, so it's next to my bed. But I'm gonna do a giveaway for this one, so another wonderful one of you lovely subscribers get to enjoy the Gentle Tarot by Mari, and it's just so nice. If you love that art style, it's really quite good. The Modern Love Tarot by Ethany is also going to be put in a giveaway. This is a lovely, wonderful deck, super useful for relationship readings, or at least if you're interested, even for yourself, approaching relationships from various different perspectives. It's really good. There's a different meaning based on your situation in the guidebook, so the guidebook's really clear. It's wonderfully produced, gorgeous box, cards feel great. It just didn't work out for me. And I don't really do love readings for myself or other people. Wildly happily married. Like disgustingly happily married. So I'm not really, other than I'm like out in the world searching for beauty, I'm not really looking for romantic relationships in that way. And I feel like that's what that deck kind of focuses on. I know you could probably use it for other things, but I was just not drawn to use it. We've talked about it already. I don't need to drag it out. And then the last one, which is going to be in a giveaway, is another Ethany deck. And this one's really quite good. This is the Cosmic Wisdom Tarot. I used it a great deal, actually. I find this is the kind of deck, if you like this art style, you're kind of a more modern, young, hip type person, I feel like this deck is going to be more for you than a lot of other ones. Like, the guidebook's really, it's clear, but it's also not overwhelming. It's really quite useful. I find, like, I don't say this often because when I, like, personally believe the best beginner deck is the Rider-Waite-Smith, and I will, like, die on that hill. But if you're, like, staunchly against the Rider-Waite-Smith as a beginner deck, the Cosmic Wisdom Tarot by Ethany is one that's going to be a really useful beginner deck. It's also beautiful, and it, like, gives you the indie deck experience, first off, which can be dangerous. But anyway, I highly recommend it for beginner deck. If you're the kind of person who's absolutely, like, if you're refusing to use the Rider-Waite-Smith, I'd be like, okay, fine. And if you like something like this, I'd say go for it. Yeah, Cosmic Wisdom Tarot by Ethany Dawn. Would recommend it. And one of you is going to get to enjoy that when I do a giveaway for it at some point in the year. So those are the giveaway decks. It's the giveaway deck pile. Very exciting. So keep an eye out for those. I'm trying not to light my hair on fire. And the rest of them, okay, these are starting now. I will put a timestamp down below because who knows how far in we are already. I'm not in a rush. It's fine. I'm like scared. This is the part I've been dreading just because it feels really overwhelming to me, but I've just got to be like, no, take it one small step at a time, little chunks. It'll be fine. You got yourself into this mess. You can get yourself out of this mess. It's totally okay. The rest of them are in no particular order. Like, they're not even in the order of the videos in which I decluttered them from. We're just going to list them. Okay, so the decluttered decks include, in no particular order, let's rhyme them off. Angelic Realms Oracle by Ashley Frost and Lee Shaman by Sacred Scribe Publishing. Angel Oracle is up for sale. Dream Song Oracle by US Games. And you know what? When I found the box for this, I put it back in its box. It was this one, which was in the last video. It is an Angie Sullins deck. I was like, the guidebook is written by Angie Sullins. I had a feeling. I was like, I think is it an Angie Sullins deck? It is. I was right. I moved my way through this one pretty quickly. It was nice. It was fun for a time, but it's not a forever deck. So that one is up for sale. Comes with book and bag. Multi-Dimensional Devas by Scylla Conway. Not Silicone Way. Scylla, like Scylla and Charybdis, but spelled differently. Conway, like George Conway. But yeah, Multi-Dimensional Devas. A lovely deck, just not for me. Talked that one up and down recently, so we're pretty good there. Portals of Presence. Is this indie or mass market? I can't even remember. I think I had to order it from her website, but it might be on Amazon. I'm not sure. But this is by Deb Soultouch. Deborah Koff Chapin, sorry. Deb Soultouch is her business where she does the touch drawing. Same creator as Soul Cards 1 and 2. This is an all-face kind of portal-y. If you're the kind of person that likes eye contact, this deck is great. And you know what? I hate eye contact, so of course this deck is going to make me uncomfortable. That is so funny that I just kind of realized that. But anyway, it's great, but I wasn't using it, and it's like for what I thought it would be good for. It's the type of reading I don't do. We talked about it, but anyway, that one's up for sale. The box on that one's a little scratched from being in the drawer, but otherwise it's fine. All right, who else we got here? Who's at this mystery bag? Oh, okay, this one. Ugh. Okay, yes, the Tarot Apocalypsis. This one is bookless, bagless, boxless. It's just kind of naked. I'll put it in this bag, but it's just like a little used old copy of the thicker, not thin Low Scarabeo cardstock. Anyway, that one's around, and that one technically wasn't counted. A weird thing happened where I was trying to find the Low Scarabeo tuck box version of this deck, so I found this used one for $10, and I was really excited about it, and I ordered it, and it was the one I already had. So anyway, it exists. It would be a good little add-on. So does that mean that brings my 89 decks up to 90 technically? And I have half a mind to do a second pass of the ones that I was keeping. Could I get to 100? That would be wild. Anyway, we'll discuss later. There's also a few of these that my sister's already taken. The Occult Tarot that I had that we decluttered, it is gone. She took it. Tarot of Dreams, she took it. And then, I can't remember the other one. I have no recollection of the other one she took. But anyway, there was a few that are missing as well. So if you're keeping track now, we're not going to have quite 89. Because my tarot collection hath been pillaged by friends and family. But Yeah. Next one, Lover's Tarot by Jane Lyle. This one is, I believe, out of print, but it's like it's an older kind of pippy collage style deck. It's really quite cool. I just don't use it. So this one is for sale. I'm not sure the price on. I'm gonna have to price these at some point. I don't know. Ooh, but we'll deal with that later. Anyway, it will be up for grabs. A little older one. Hardish to find that one. We also have the Bonefire Tarot 2nd edition. I found the box for it and the book. Lucky you. Gabby Angus West. So it's the 2nd edition one on the matte cardstock with no borders and the new cards. So that one is up for sale as well in an annoying big box, which are always going to be fun to ship. The Jolanda Witch Tarot. This one, the deck itself is really cool, but I read the book and the book pissed me off. And because the book pissed me off, I won't reach for it now, which is annoying. I should just keep... See, I say this. I should not should all over myself. The irony of that. Yeah, The Healing Art of Magic. The book is very woo, I guess. And the deck itself is not woo. I feel like the book doesn't match the deck in, like, tone. But yeah, it's sorry, I should say good things about them if I'm trying to declutter them. But the deck itself is really quite cool. The art's really interesting. It's really neat. But it just wasn't for me, I guess we'll say. But you got the book and the deck in that huge box, and that's gonna be included in the for sale pile. Barbara Walker Tarot in a Tin. I might regret this, but this is an easy one for me to pick up later if I do. But yeah, she and I don't get along, and I don't use her, and I feel like that's another really good one for someone else to give a go. But again, keep in mind, that's like a little easy to buy mass market one, so throw it on as an add-on or whatever. But just know the shipping. The shipping. Bane of my existence these days. Okay, Dreamkeepers Tarot. I have been trying to get rid of this for years, it seems. Like in my first declutter video I ever did years ago, I'm like, oh, I gotta get rid of this. And I tried selling it. I had it for sale at the used bookstore for months. No one picked it up. So, but she's going. She's going. I've tried up and down. She's cold. She's cold on me. We don't, she says nothing. So this one will be going. I've edged this one in silver. So keep that in mind for that one. Time Traveler's Oracle by Denise Linn. Relatively new within the last year Oracle deck. I really like Denise Linn's Sacred Destiny Oracle, and I like this one in theory, but I think it's not one that I go to reach for all the time. And it was kind of goofy in a charming way when I first got it, but I think I moved past that quite quickly. I don't know. It's good though. And if you're the kind of person who does card reading that really draws on different times and spaces, like the energy of like more kind of mystical spiritual locations in time and space, if you're really into that, this deck would be cool. But I'm moving it on. All right, Lillifer Tarot, 1st edition. I got this in the Kickstarter. I have written on this. I've ruined it. I think I had a friend kind of speak up for this one, so I think if they want it, let me know. But yeah, it made it. It's in the declutter pile. We made the decision already. It's done. It's fine. I don't need to feel bad. Wheel of Change Tarot by Alexandra Giannetti, same creator as the Jumble Dance Tarot. Oops. It's still in order. I have not even shuffled this. This is a brand new deck. Yeah, still in order. So, get to enjoy it. The book. Do I have the book? No. Yes? Did I buy the book? No, I didn't buy the book. Did I? Hold, please. Oh, I have to know. 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I checked, and I think with great confidence I can say I did not buy the book. But there is a guidebook for this that exists on Amazon that you can purchase if you want a little bit more clarity about what's going on the cards. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't buy it. I don't know. Crazy. Okay. Divine Muses Oracle by Marie Bento. This one is up for sale. This is mass market, but it's in French. It is by Arcana Sacra, is the publishing company. But yeah, it's a French edition. So I think the only mass market edition that they did was this French one. The box is a little scratched and a little, actually it kind of came a little bit messed up. But otherwise it's in pretty good condition because I hardly used it. So it's up for sale as well. We have the Unshakable Inner Peace cards. These were fun. I liked these for a time. Like, so Unshakable Inner Peace. Of course, that's what goals. The title appealed to me greatly. I really liked the little kind of journal prompts on the cards, but it kind of, it fit a time that was much more like spiritual guru friendly. It appealed to like the free-spirited sensibilities of me, and it was trying to like modernize that kind of the hippie era. It was a time. It was a time, and this deck fit right in, but I've grown through that time and come out the other side. But I will say, if you're the kind of person who likes an oracle deck that's a bit celestial, a bit modern, with really good journal prompts on it, Unshakable Inner Peace. Who doesn't want Unshakable Inner Peace? Alright, next one. Box is also scratched. I think I used to keep these in a drawer that had a little screw in the side of them, so whenever the deck got like put next to the screw, it would like scratch it. So anyway, the box is a little scratched, but we have the Valentina Tarot by Los Cabello. This one is really quite cool. A bit graphic, a bit sexy, a bit like, it's comic book style art. Really cool. By Guido Crepex is the artist. Really neat. But I wasn't using it, so it's going. It's on the list. Oh, I have a box for this one somewhere. This is the Tapestry Tarot. Yeah, the Tapestry Tarot deck. Backs look like this. By Yvonne Jensen. This is an old US Games deck. I think it's out of print now. Pretty sure. Pointy corners, weird system, really cool looking art that's made of like cut cloth designs. Cool, but it didn't speak to me, which is, it happens sometimes. You think a deck's gonna work for you, then it doesn't. So that one is in the for sale pile. Same premise, Thea's Tarot. I wanted it to work for me so bad, but it just didn't. It's not for me. And it's a nice black and white deck as well. Indie deck. This is a vintage one. It's from 1984. Well, this one was printed in 2023, but the actual art is from 1984. And since talking about it in the Declutter video, I've learned it's not woodcut, it's cut paper that made the designs on it, which is even cooler. So anyway, like that. But it's really cool, but it didn't work for me, and I had to cut things back. Another one that's gonna pain me a little bit to let go, but it makes sense for me to let go. It's not one that I'm drawn to. I love how much other people love this deck, but it's just not for me. That's the Iris Oracle by Spirit Speak, and I know my Spirit Speak deck exists. We all know. Road to Nowhere. It's out there. It's in the world. One day it will show up. But until then, I thought I would give some other Spirit Speak decks a try, and I got this used, so I purchased it used. It's been edged in black by me. Which turned out really good in my professional opinion. but yeah, just know I've edged it in black, but it's lovely. Mary Elizabeth Evans deck. Whoever gets this one, you're gonna love it. It's really cool, but it's just not the kind of thing that I'm like drawn to use, unfortunately. Road to Nowhere would be though. But anyway, moving on. It's fine. My absolutely chopped version of Voyager Tarot. This one is one that I would highly recommend if you want it, just buy the mass market edition. But if you for some reason are really interested in my mod of it, then let me know. I've cut the borders off entirely. So there was like a big border with a title on the top and a title on the bottom and like green sides and all that jazz. I've cut it down to just the art, and I've written the Roman numerals in like a silver pen on it. So if you're interested in this copy that's like wildly chaotic, it's like full like collage, an explosion of collage art. It's insane. Let me know, hit me up. You can purchase this one off of me. But yeah, I've modded it, I've edged it in black. The book, I've even written on the little book that's inside it. Alright, another one I'm letting go of, the Dreamgate Oracle. by Daniel Noel. This one is another lovely little mass market one, which isn't very expensive, so I would say order it yourself. You're gonna hear me say that a lot, but if you want to bundle, go for it. I can throw it in. This one is another kind of portal-y energy oracle deck that really draws on the kind of movement between spaces, looking into different aspects of your life via this kind of portal energy. It's really neat. And I was going to keep it to go with Moonchild, but there's an oracle I like for that better, and we don't need it. So anyway, it's in this big box, has book, and then there's like a tuck box inside the big box. So lots of box action for that one. Ooh, we're almost at the bottom of this bag. And then there's 2 more boxes to go. Okay. This one. Oh, I have to find the box for this as well. And the book. There's a book and a box for this. Boudica's Tarot of Earthly Delights. This is the indie edition of this. There's a mass market edition that has come out since. If you're curious about the deck in general, get the mass market one. But if you want the indie deck, which is on like really thin slidey cardstock, I have it and it's for sale. Yeah, and a neat one, but I think this kind of whimsical Victorian surrealist collage art, which kind of pops up a lot of the time. Dreamkeepers is kind of like that. Boudica's Tarot is kind of like that. What was the other one of these that's kind of like that? Divine Muses is kind of like that. I think a lot, I've decided I don't like it. Oh, same with Dreamsong Oracle. It all has that kind of like it's like Victorian surrealist collage with like weird animal and plant elements and stuff. Like it's like a theme. Anyway, and I've decided I don't like it. And Oracle of Mystical Moments and Tarot of Mystical Moments, I've gotten rid of those as well. Like I tried them, I don't like that art style. Like I think I like it. Like on the surface I think it's pretty. But when it comes to actually using it as a tarot deck, it's like, no, I don't. Like, nothing about this appeals to me. But I always think it does. So I buy them. Anyway, that one's up for sale. And I do have, there's a book and a big box. It comes in like a Llewellyn size box. So I just have to find that. It's somewhere. Who knows? Okay. And then the last one in this little bag is the Pastoral Tarot, which also has a box and a book somewhere. And it comes in this lovely little bag. I have anointed the bananas out of this, so the bag is a little gungy. There's incense in the bottom of it. This would be a good one to just purchase yourself as well. A lot of these, any of them that don't get sold, which I'm totally fine with, I have a contingency plan for them, don't worry. So after probably about a month of this video being up, if there's anything left, I'll send them to that place. But yeah, this one I liked in theory. I found it, like, I wanted it to be kind of like my ancestor deck, my home and family kind of deck, but it didn't sit entirely right with me. It's a landscape deck too, so anyway, it is what it is. I liked it for a time. It was really fun, but I'm not drawn to it anymore. It still smells a little bit like the incense, so less like the oil that I anointed it with has worn away, but the incense is still a little present, like there. Anyway, Pastoral Tarot, Lisa Hunt. Another little mass market one. Okay, so that's that first bag. I'm gonna put all these away and then we will come back to the next box. Alright. Ready? Ready for the next box? I need a refreshing beverage. Oh, this isn't so bad. I actually don't mind this like kind of casual setup. It's kind of fun. I kind of channel going forward, I really would think I would like to do a little bit more like casual, just chatty, like me just doing something type of video just for fun. I feel like that would be enriching for everybody. And then thrown in with the more like occasional, highly produced, fancy, thought-provoking, like journal entry type vlog. Anyway, it could be fun. Tattoo Tarot by 8 coins. The big one. I have the mini one, which I had first, and I should have just stopped there when I didn't. I'm like, ooh, I want the bigger one also. But the bigger one has borders, and I like the little one. I love a mini deck, you know this. So this one will be up for sale as well for a small fee. The thing about this one, though, it doesn't come in a box because I found the box for it, but I'm using it for something important that I cannot unuse it for. So you get the bag, you'll get the book, and there's also a like a spread that came in it. If you want to do a spread, it was in there. This is a really great deck. Another one that I would be perfectly happy recommending for beginners, oddly enough. Come on, there we go. So yeah. The 8 Coins Tattoo Tarot is gonna go. Ciro Marchetti. Oh, I was in a gotta catch 'em all moment. Like, I was kind of starting to become a completionist with Ciro decks, but like unsustainable. That man puts out too many decks. And they're all, like, his vibe is so distinct that the differences between them are subtle. So I was finding myself like reaching for the same like 2 all the time, which are the Encore Tarot and the Mystic Palette Tarot. And I was like, I don't need all the other ones. So the Gilded Tarot, and actually while we're here, the Gilded Tarot Royale, which is the same art, the exact same deck, but an updated version of the art. This is a Tiny Llewellyn deck in like the funny box. And I've written all over the guidebook. I might not even include the guidebook, to be quite honest. I've also edged it in a bronze color, so it's like this brown on the edge. So anyway, this one is up for grabs as well. But again, I've basically ruined it. So if you would like it, you're more than welcome to add it on, or to just order it online. If you want like a fresh, clean copy. Yeah, Barbara Moore did the book on that one. Did she on this one? Yeah, they both did. Book by Barbara Moore on both of them. This is the older version. I bought this used. I believe this is out of print now, but like it's kind of in print because this exists still. So I don't know the technicalities of that. But the lady I bought this from kind of wrote in the book. So like her notes about learning tarot are in here, which is kind of charming, but also, you know, and it comes in a little tarot wrap, which was not mine. It like came with it used. So anyway, if you've been looking for this edition of the Gilded, like the original old Gilded Tarot by Ciro Marchetti and Barbara Moore, I have it. It's here. Hit me up. It's for sale also. And there was another Ciro deck somewhere. Oh, right here. Tarot Grand Luxe. This was the one I was hemming and hawing most about keeping, and it's... I still kind of want to. The box smells like cypress and pine. It's very like piney, like sharp evergreen scent to it. And I've edged it in black as well. This is another nice little mass market one. But again, it's the Ciro deck problem. And the thing with this deck is a lot of the art that's in this that I love is already included in the Encore Tarot, which is kind of like a compilation deck of like his greatest hits. So I think I've talked myself out of needing this one. So those are the 3 Ciro Marchetti decks that are going to be, that I'm letting go of. And then the 4th one was the Tarot of Dreams, which my sister took, which I like tried to convince her. I'm like, take Tarot Grand Luxe, it's newer. She's like, no, I like this one. So she took Tarot of Dreams, the older one, which is great. Love that for her. Okay, what else is in this box? Talisman Oracle. Not too many Oracle. Has there been? I guess maybe so many Oracles so far. Comes with, this is kind of like a sigil deck. Comes with some vellum for tracing things on. There's a little guidebook. This is a US Games deck, so it's like the US Games Oracle, so it's kind of shiny, obviously, as you can tell. But the cards themselves they're really they're aesthetic. I loved how it looked on the shelf, but I felt like it wasn't. I don't know. I feel like if I made my own kind of sigil talisman type of deck myself, it would serve the purpose so much better. But it is really cool, and if you're the kind of person looking for this kind of thing, this is wicked. So anyway, that one I'm letting go of as well. Fountain Tarot. Fountain Tarot's gonna go. I've had it for a long time and I've moved through it and I have no qualms about letting it go. Anyway, I'm letting it go. I don't even need to know. But it is hand painted. Like, it's an oil painted deck. It's really cool. It had its moment years ago on TarotTube, and it fit a time, but for me all it feels like is like an Ayn Rand deck. So I'm like, no, not for me. It's gonna go. Anne Stokes Gothic Tarot. This was a gift from my sister, and she found out that I was decluttering it, and she totally gave me her blessing. She's like, it's fine. You can let it go. That was my biggest problem with it, is I felt bad because it was a gift from her, but she's like, no, let it go. So this is a cute little Fournier deck, so it's smaller, and it shuffles really, really well. If you like Anne Stokes art, it's really cool. It's incredibly pippy, though, and I don't reach for it, and I have other, like, dark Gothic decks that I'm more likely to grab for, so... that one is gonna go. Liber Florum Tarot, kind of an RWS clone-ish type thing. Flowers and then like a little cutout. I had some problems with the system of this. All the numbers were the same flower in each of the suits, which I didn't like. It confused me. So anyway, I've edged that one in black as well, just for heads up. Ooh, who else we got here? There's a bunch of indie decks right here. No, what, two indie decks and a out of print mass market one. Londa Tarot. This one was like, when I first got into TarotTube and I was looking at decks, I was like, I really want that one. I'm obsessed with it. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. And I got it and I'm like, this is so cool. But I subsequently never used it for whatever reason. And I feel like it would be served much better in the hands of another. So the Londa Tarot, if you've been looking for it for ages, I have a copy. It will be for sale. I also have the Dust to Onyx. This is such a cool deck. I really like it. I never use it though. I've put a little piece of washi tape over the barcode because it just was ruining the aesthetic of the box. It has its book, and it even still has its title card. Look at that. It's a really like rose petally matte. It's a good size. Backs look like this. This is another one it's edged in matte gold. It's really nice. This is a gorgeous deck. Incredible. But I feel like this is one that's just like screaming to go to a different home. Like there's like another person in the world who this belongs to. It's just been like waiting in limbo here before it goes there. So if you're that person, hit me up. I will hook you up with the Dust to Onyx. It's the mini one by Courtney Alexander. A melanated tarot deck. It's really cool. It's really good, but I just don't use it. And then the last indie deck. Well, not the last one. There's obviously more. But this bit, the Wooden Tarot by Skull Garden. I adore the Earthbound Oracle so much, and I was really excited to get the tarot to match it. But I can't work with it. It's too animal-y. I should have known that. I love that it's painted on wood though. Like it's so beautiful. It's got really good earthy energy, but it just... and the suits confuse me. So you will get, if you purchase this one from me, it's in pretty good condition actually. It's unedged and all that jazz. But I have included a little key in here because it doesn't have a guidebook. If it does, it's a digital one somewhere that I don't have. But the elements I've written on like this little old vintage paper. Because stones are wands, which is like very unintuitive. Stones like in my brain are always the earth suit. So blooms is cups, plumes is swords, and bones is pentacles. So like it was and the imagery isn't always entirely clear as to like what element it is either. So you get the key, you get the secret cipher to figure out what's what. And I feel like this is the kind of deck that if you're really drawn to it, like this could be your one deck. Like if you get to know it really, really well and like use this a lot and beat this up, like this could be the one deck that you use all the time. I feel like that's its destiny. That one wants to be like it does not shine when you have other decks. It doesn't pair well with others. It really like wants to be read by itself. So if you're like a one deck kind of person or like one of very limited collection, it gets lost in the sauce with everything else, and it's almost like it's angry at me. so let me know on that one. Oh, okay, another out of print one, which I desperately want to find a good home because I have such respect for this deck, but it didn't work for me. This is a 1983 version of the Mythic Tarot. I know, you guys are like, what? But this is like the OG Greek mythology tarot deck, and I wanted it to work for me, but I just was not drawn to use it. 1986, sorry, not 83. This is the 86 one. So it doesn't have the solid black backs. It has the black backs that look like this. There's a little elements around it, little gold, and then there's the copyright on the bottom. This is 1986. Really cool, old, vintage deck. It's still in order. Like, it just wasn't for me. as much as I love Greek myth, there's other ways that I engage with that energy, and this deck and I didn't click, unfortunately. There is something unfortunate about this. The person who had it before me wrote the numbers in pen of the majors on the bottom, which was wildly unnecessary, but I guess they were learning. I don't know. So like there's a little 0 and a 1 and then a 2 on the High Priestess and a little 3 and a 4. And I feel like you could try and get it off, but then there'd still be like the indentation of the pen that was written on it. So anyway, the majors all have that, but otherwise it's a little bowed, it's a little warped, but it's in pretty good condition otherwise, considering how old it is. It's older than me. Just look at the book. Did they write in the book? No, the book is, other than being very yellowed in its paper, the book is in good condition. And then it also still has its reading cloth. Very like old and see-through, but you can see the Celtic crosses there on it. Love that. So anyway, piece of tarot history right here, as well, if you're looking for it. So that is the Mythic Tarot, the old one, on the, like, with the better art, which is much more different than the new one, which has uglier art, everybody says, apparently. Oh, okay. This one. This is the John William Waterhouse Oracle. This is also by Maria Louisa Wessels as well. So the same creator of the Mary Oracle that I love and the Cemetery Oracle that I love. This is one of the first decks I ever bought on Make Playing Cards, so that's super cool. I've edged it in kind of a bronzy color, but it's faded a little bit. All the art of John William Waterhouse, and it was like a choose your own back situation, and I chose these ones, so very cool looking. I have other art compilation decks I use more, and I was always going to write my own keywords on this. Never got around to it, so I'm letting her go if you've always wanted a copy of, or just really into pre-Raphaelite John William Waterhouse art and love that for kind of divination. That deck exists, and I'm happy to send it to you if you want it. Lantern Oracle. Another one that I kind of moved my way through. A really good one. I thought, in doing the declutter, I thought I was going to keep it, but it's one I decided that I think I don't necessarily need in my practice anymore, which is wild because it is so beautiful. The art's incredible on it. I've edged it in black like I do most decks. I love decks with a black edge. More should come with black. Illuminate the shadows, empower your path. It's really lovely, but it's time. That one, it's time to move it on. Same with the Hieronymus Bosch Tarot. Oh my gosh, I wanted to like this. We talked about this already. We went into great depth. It's in the coolest tarot box that ever existed. It's a triptych. Like, that's the coolest thing about this deck, is this, that it opens like this. And it's a triptych. And I've seen the real one. It's just so cool. But the deck is like functionally unusable for me. It's like structured kind of like, it says it's a tarot. It kind of lies. It's its own weird system. Travis McHenry, he's like an evil genius. And I say evil because his brilliance makes the deck like wildly unusable. It's basically an oracle at this point that has weird suits in it. And I don't know, it confuses me and frustrates me. And I have another Bosch deck that I like more, so I'm going to keep it instead. The Power deck is one I'm going to let go of as well. This one's also really cool. Lynn Andrews, great creator. The book's really interesting. I love the thoughts. The art is really compelling. I just don't pick it up. Like, something about it. There's so much yellow. Maybe it's the yellow on the cards. I don't know, I've had it for a couple of years. I was with Coyote Tarot when I bought it. But yeah, there's a lot of, like, there's words on the back. I don't know. Anyway, it's so cool, but it's not for me. We decided. It's going. Need to make room for ones that I already have in love. So that one's gonna go. The Gita deck, based on the myths and stories of the Bhagavad Gita and all of its pertained wisdom. This is a beautiful deck. This is a brilliant deck. This is a deck that I don't use because I do not exist in that spiritual paradigm. So as much as aspirational me was like, yes, I'm going to learn everything about everything, I've kind of, there's time for that later. I don't need to keep this now. So this one's also going to go. Some more weird bag box situations. I think I got rid of the box for this one. This is the Nature's Whispers. Is that right? I don't know. Maybe? Nature's Wisdom? Nature's Whispers. Something. This is that other Angie Solon's deck I was talking about. Backs look like this. It's like a really, like, generic oracle. But some of the cards are really beautiful. But I can't... where did the art come from? Where did it come from? Where did it come from? I don't know. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. It's so beautiful. I'm, like, curious about it. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, we've decided it's gonna go. I've moved through it. Like, they're great, but, like, these kind of decks, like, I like for a time. They're really good for, I don't know, like a 6-month period, and then I feel like I just, like, I'll pull a card I've gotten before, and I'm not inspired. I feel like they have really short shelf life when it comes to, like, as an oracle. Whereas other ones I can use every day forever, and they're fine. Like, Davis of Creation, never gonna get bored of that. Like, Earthbound Oracle, something like the combos of those cards forever give me inspiration. But with these, like, each card is it's like an island. Each card, it doesn't play well with other cards. It just kind of is its one thing. So once you've kind of, like, worked your way through the majority of them, it just feels like it's telling you the same thing over and over again. And that's kind of irritating. So, if you want it, I'm terrible for this. I'm like, let's talk shit about these really, like, these decks, and then, like, do you want them? But everybody's experience is different. Like, other people might use that and be like, it's the best thing ever. I need to keep that in mind. I need to broaden my mind and, like, leave space for other people's experiences that are way different from mine. So I am full of opinions. Don't listen to any of them is basically the moral of that story. Okay, next one. Mystical Shaman Oracle. I've had this for ages. This is a little ye old Hay House deck on the good cardstock. I don't have the big box for it anymore. I just have the book and the little, like, 2-piece box. The other thing about this one is I edged it in, like, a gold ink, and it bled onto the front, which I don't know if you can tell. In real life, it's much more clear. But there's, like, a gold splattering around the outside, and it actually looks kind of cool. But it's also, if you want, like, a pristine deck, this isn't it. I would highly recommend just getting one from Hay House because they're really not that much money. But if you're into it and you don't want the box, you just want the little box in the book, and one that's lived in my house for, like, 4 years at this point, I have the Mystical Shaman Oracle, and it is up for grabs. That was such a vibe. I liked it, but it never felt like it, like, matched me and my practice, you know? Like, it was, like, cool ideas, fun to kind of, like, dip my toes into, but it didn't, and it was never something I could really embody, or, like, that reflected my internal landscape, you know? And I think a lot of, like, testing out decks for me, sorry, this is a random tangent, is trying to find decks that, like, resonate, match, reflect my, like, my mind palace, my internal landscape, like, my inner spiritual temple, like, what feels like it's at home there. And a lot of what I'm keeping does, and a lot of what I'm getting rid of does not. So, speaking of inner temples and things that don't match, the Isis Oracle. There was a time where I was just, like, trying everything. I wanted to, like, I was so curious. My eyes had been opened up, and I'm like, I want to try everything. And my gosh, did I. I tried the Isis Oracle, and it wasn't for me. So, it's gonna go. Did I edge this one? I feel like I should tell you if I did or not. No, it's naked. So this is, like, basically a brand new deck by Alana Fairchild, and Jimmy Manton is the artist on this one. An iconic one. A lot of people really love this, but I didn't appreciate her tone in that one either. Okay, we're almost through box number 2, guys. I can't believe this video, my recap video, is gonna be like an hour long. Insane. Okay. Earth and Bone Oracle by Syrian Shadow. This deck, I did not realize how sought after this little guy was. This is the, is it indie? I'm pretty sure I didn't get it from his website, but it's this edition of it, the darker edition of the Earth and Bone Oracle. And I've had a bunch of people, like, randomly, that I've never talked to in my life DM me about this. So, I don't think I promised it to anybody. Can't say. I know a lot of people are looking for this. But anyway, it exists. It'll be up for sale. Yeah, it was not for me. But whoever ends up with that one, enjoy. Hope you like it. The skeletons with hair, they're just not for me. Oracle of Portals by Tess Whitehurst. Another little Blue Angel deck that I enjoyed for a time, but worked my way through. There was a little window of time where I was like really into portal energy. I have a couple portal tarot decks, and then there was this Oracle, the Dreamgate. Like I was really in the like moving through something kind of phase, but we got over that really quick, and I find myself not reaching for that one, so it's there. Also have the Triple Goddess Tarot. This is a Majors Only deck by Isha Lerner. Really good. I don't really use Majors Only decks. And there's also chakra cards. So there's the 22 Major Arcana cards and then the 7 chakra cards. And it's lovely. But it's just, it doesn't match me. And it's gonna go. The box for this is somewhere too. I must have a stash of tarot boxes like somewhere. Tarot de Marseille, wait. This is one that I'm like even now considering keeping, but if someone else wants it, let me know. It's another French one, so if I do find the guidebook in the box, it's in French. But it's easy to read because it's basically RWS in kind of like a medieval art style. It's supposed to kind of match the Marseille style of art, but I don't really think it does. It kind of goes its own way for like something else, but I don't know, it's really cool, but I wasn't really using it, and I really wish that it was, I don't know, either edged or that there was a little white border in the back. That throws me off, but that's just a stylistic design choice. Anyway, that one is technically up to go. Oh, another little Blue Angel one. I got this in a Witch's Moon box, and again, she's not for me. Like, we've got the Isis Oracle, we've got the Gita deck, the Mystical Shaman, and the Kuan. Like, all of these different spiritual paradigms are so far outside of myself. They're beautiful, they're lovely, I don't connect to them, which is fine. I'm not in that place right now. Maybe down the line, maybe I will, but for now she doesn't need to hang around. So this is a little pocket edition of the Kuan Oracle. Never been used. And we have the Witch's Oracle. Sally Morningstar. This is a lovely, very like witchcrafty type deck, very Wiccan, very like when you think of, it's like a little bit esoteric, but within like a Wiccan paradigm. So it's not not really Golden Dawny at all, but like there's little bits like it's like Wicca occult as opposed to like Golden Dawn occult. Think like Cone of Power and specific like witchcraft tools. Yeah, no, it's cool, but not how I oracle, specifically in a witchcraft context. But it's beautiful. It looks really cool, but just not for me. Oh, the Tulku Oracle. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful deck. Carla Rafoxo. It's from a company that makes talismans, like talismanic jewelry. It's really incredible. So gorgeous. Really well done. The book is phenomenal. There's like poetry and myth and deep meaning and everything. It's a lot. It matches the Ritual Tarot really well, but it's kind of a mythological kitchen sink, and I think I've just decided that it's time for it to go. So if you're interested in it, I'll show you the cards, I guess. Why not? Just in case you didn't see it in the vid. But book, good and thick, lovely, like, look, it's got words in it. The cards over here. They're a beautiful, like, brown matte gilding. It's the lovely, like, rose petal finish. They're stunning. But, yeah, I've decided that it's time to move it on. It belongs to someone else as well. So it's gonna go. Oh, it's so nice, though. Yeah, Tulku Oracle. Gonna go. Okay, ooh, 2 more in this box. We're doing so good, guys. Vision Quest Tarot. This one like sits with the Mystical Shaman and Kuan Yin and the Gita deck and Isis as like outside of myself. It's a really good one though. It's very thothy as well. If you wanted a deck that's like a Thoth, it's not a Thoth clone, but it's Thoth inspired. While being, it's really well done. A gorgeous AGM deck, wonderful cardstock, really good tug box, but it's gonna go. And the Shamanic Healing Oracle. It's also gonna go. This is a really good one, actually. It's really, of all of the like shamanic decks that I've had, this is the most universal. It's really just like concepts. So we got like duality, and then like a kind of this art style. I don't want to be the first one to try and describe it, but yeah, so we've got changes, new beginnings, transformation, movement into balance. It's really useful as an oracle deck. Backs look like this. It says Shamanic Healing Oracle on it, which is a little irritating. Psychic development, self-love, growth, reunion of souls. It's all good. Perception. It's nice. This is one I might end up getting later. But for now, I think I've decided it's gonna go. So that's the Shamanic Healing Oracle by Michelle Matuzis. So that is the extent of box number 2. Let me get set up for box number 3, and then we will wrap this beastie up. Okay guys, we are getting there. We're doing a bit of a race against my battery as well. But we can do it. We can do it. Okay. Last box. Goddess of Love Tarot is going. In the member space, I have a first impressions video of this. I was excited and then underwhelmed. I love the art, but the book just kind of left me wanting. I have trimmed and edged this. Like, I would give myself like an 8 out of 10 on trim job quality. And then it could use another coat of black on the edges, to be quite honest. But if you're interested in a copy of this, it has been trimmed already, let me know. Otherwise, just buy the new one. But yeah, this one wasn't for me. I did not like it. So it's gonna go. And if this is one that's like very high on the list of to be removed from existence if no one wants it. So if you're into this one, let me know quickly, because otherwise it's gonna hit the firebox. Because it's just because I've modded it so heavily, like I feel like it's not worth the trouble. Tarot of the Hidden Realm is gonna go. Sam claimed this one, I believe. Sorry, I'm gonna say her name, but this one's already spoken for. So we'll set that one aside actually. But yeah, if there's anything else you want, Sam, let me know. The Llewellyn Tarot. A lot of big boxes. This box shouldn't take me too long, actually. A lot of fluff. But yeah, this one. It was, it's beautiful. It's classic. I love the kind of Welsh mythology of it all. Maybe somewhere down the line, I'll pick it up again when I'm like exploring that part of my personal history. But yeah, she's not for me. And she's in really good condition. I've also edged in like a light brown. It's a really woody look. I think it matches it really well. So if you're interested in a copy that has been edged, this one might be for you. I had 25 listed on the back of this one. I think I had this one for sale at the bookstore for a while too. And that's Canadian as well. So because that's what, like $18 US maybe. So anyway, like that's just like a framework of kind of like the price range I'm looking for, at least like the new good condition ones. Who else we got here? Ooh, Myths and Mermaids. I decided it was gonna go. It's time. I don't need all the Jasmine Becky Griffiths decks, so this one's gonna go, which is fine. Very lovely. Did I edge this one? No, I did not. She's in pristine condition. The Lost Oracle. This is a rock pool deck by Fiona Horn. It's lovely. It's not quite what I wanted. And my copy, there was some printing errors on it. The corners aren't rounded correctly, and there's like the black matte edging like kind of leaked around it. So like in like a powdery kind of way. So a lot of the like cards have little black smudges all over them, which I mean, it kind of, I don't know if you can tell. There's just like little like sooty black smudges all over it, which again kind of works with the aesthetic. But if you're like, I don't know, I would suggest trying to get a new different copy of this if you're into it. But if you want my copy, it's here and I'm letting it go. Very witchy deck, very like, I don't know, mysterious, like folky. This would match the Darkwood Tarot really well, but I don't have that. So anyway, I'm gonna let it go. The Messages from the Spirits of Nature Oracle. I was really excited for this one. Like, I think I even pre-ordered this by Stephen Farmer. It's a little Hay House deck. I like the concept of it. I have other decks that do this better. One's a pocket deck, which I love, so I don't need to have both around. So yeah, it's gonna go. But another lovely little one that will be a good little add-on to a bigger order, I think. I don't know. What do I know? I don't know what people want. I've this, like, one of my toxic traits is as soon as I no longer am interested in something, I assume no one else in the world wants it. So I'm trying to get past that and to just be like, hey, if anybody else wants this, I'm open. I'm open to the idea that other people might want things that I do not want. It's just weird. Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot, she's gonna go also. I've edged her in black, which I think she should have come edged in black because it's a crime to not have this beautiful deck edged in black. It's gorgeous, it's lovely, it's very feminine, celestial. It's very generic goddess, like they're not named goddesses, they're just like divine feminine energy all over each of the cards, which is fun, but I prefer a more diverse tarot experience myself. Just like, you know, the like cosmic idea of gender still exists for me in my spiritual practice, so without it there, it feels like it's like lacking a little bit. Just a little. Cosmic Tarot. Ooh, I also have the book for this. If you want this, I also have, you're actually, the camera is sitting on a stack of books, that being one of them. But there is a guidebook that exists for this that I have that you're more than welcome to want also. The box is a little squished, but lovely AGM deck, good classic deck, really beautiful. I just don't reach for it ever. Another one that I have a book for. Are you sitting on it also? Oh no, it is there. It's just sitting at the back. 1 second. Ooh. I'll adjust you in a second. Sorry. There it is. Tarot of the Cat People. So it got the book which explains the stories of the people and their cats. Oh, it's apparently a surrealist tarot card. I was reading this. Wild. But yeah, so Tarot of the Cat People and its book also are going and up for grabs if you want. And hold please while I adjust the set. Also, I need to charge my battery. Okay, we've had a lunch break. We've charged the battery. I've made another coffee. It's decaf this time, thank goodness. I've taken some time to write some notes just to wrap everything up, which is smart, but we will motor through the rest of the decks in this box real quick. The next one on top is Dirt Gems. Really good deck. Really, really great. A wonderful plant deck. I just don't reach for it. I have other plant decks that I use more. It's not my vibe. It's fine. It's great, but I don't need it. So it's also gonna go. We have a very modded version of the Heindel Tarot. It has had all of its titles cut off. I got this one used as well, so this one will be a little cheapy with any luck. Guidebook by Rachel Pollack. Herman Heindel is the creator of it. A classic, good old-fashioned, I believe that's US Games one. Yep. So the Heindel Tarot is gonna go. Another little Rachel Pollack one. Shining Tribe. This is the older Llewellyn edition. There's a newer one available now. This is the older one, whatever that means. It's basically new. I haven't used it. I'm pretty sure it's still in order. It's not for me. So we're going to let it go. That one's from 2001. That's Rachel Pollack's deck. The Druid Craft, the big box one with the big book. I've edged this one in gold. Turned out pretty good, but otherwise it's very, very gently used. This is one that I've had for years, and I've just not connected with it. Beautiful, stunning, classic, iconic. Many people's favorite deck. Been around for ages, but just not for me. So that's another one. Running out of space. This is a very precarious tarot tower. Is that the worst idea ever? Maybe. Alrighty, we've got the Spiral Tarot. It's gonna go. A US Games deck by Kay Steventon. A really good one. It's kind of fun. It's a kooky little fellow, but I just don't reach for it. I don't use it. Doesn't need to live here. And I also have the Trionfi della Luna indie edition. This is the illustrated pips. I've edged it in black. I believe someone on Instagram spoke for this one and I said they could have it. So, but if I don't hear from them, it'll be up. I will make note in the description of this, whether that one's going to be available or not still. Okay, just a couple more. Just a couple more. This box went much faster than the other one. We have the Fantastic Creatures Fantastical Creatures deck, another Lisa Hunt deck. I think I've just learned that Lisa Hunt decks are not for me, which is totally fine. This one's super fun, very storyteller-y. It's just not conducive to pulling a mountain of cards like I like, because there's just so much going on in each of the cards, so I'm gonna let that one go. The New Choice Tarot de Marseille. This one's hard for me because it's so beautiful, but I just don't use it. And I have so many other beautiful and amazing Marseille style decks. So this is the second edition New Choice Tarot de Marseille by Rosario Salerno. It's number 201 of 500. There we go. So it's gonna be for sale also. So that's a good one if you've been looking for that one. This is in this box. I talked about like that other random one. I might just also, it's annoying. The book is broken. I might just send this one to the land of the ephemeris. I don't know if it's going to be worth shipping because it's huge and heavy. The book is broken. The cards are kind of crappy. But it's being decluttered anyway, I guess. I think. Even though I really love how Kim Hudgens writes. I might just keep the book. I don't know. This one's... It's funny, of all of these, this is the one that I'm like, oh, I don't know about. But anyway, for all intents and purposes, this being decluttered. I have so many others. It's on the list. It counts. It counts. Okay. And the last one in this box is the Mysteries of Mary Tarot, which I think I've already had someone spoken for, I believe. I will keep you updated. But yeah, I think someone said that they wanted to buy it, so... I'm going to let her go. I know there was a really thoughtful comment on the video where I decluttered her, suggesting I just hold on to her because you never know. She might end up talking to you, like jumping off the shelf at you, which I've had decks do before, decks I've had for years, and then like I suddenly come around to my experience with them. But like this is such a special deck that I feel bad. Like this is a me thing. Like it's like there's no reason to not like to feel bad about not using a deck. Like but with this one, for some reason, for me, I feel like this one should be with someone else who will use it more. Like I genuinely feel that way. And about any other deck on my shelf, I do not feel that way, but with this one, I do. So it's a feeling I have. So I'm going to move her on to someone who's going to love her more. And that one comes with a book as well. It's very detailed. It's also signed by Hezyen as well. So those are the decks. Those are the mostly almost 89 decks that I am decluttering, that I have decided to declutter in this ridiculous series. Here, let's move this so that you can see the little candle again for the vibes. How nice. And I'll grab my coffee and we'll have a chat. So I started this journey with 357 tarot decks, which is a few more than I had predicted that I had based on my spreadsheets, but I was counting literally every single deck, where on my spreadsheets I had some kind of amalgamated together, like my duplicates were together. A lot of the decks by the same creator were like on the same line. So it makes sense that it's that much more kind of, I don't know, who knows. But 357 was my starting number, and I have reduced that number by 89 decks. Kind of, well, yeah, by 89. We'll say by 89, just to keep it official, to keep the spreadsheet that I've created of this madness correct, which means I am now down to 268 tarot decks, which still feels like a lot. I still feel like over the next like year, 6 months or whatever, I'll be more cognizant of things, and I will probably be more apt to kind of slowly let them go from here on in, just to, I don't know, like everybody has their number where they're comfortable. And I think we focus on the number a lot, but the number doesn't really matter. It's just like the number is a representation of like the volume. And I think because of literally the ones I'm getting rid of for the most part are the huge boxes, I really do prefer tuck box decks. Let it be known that I prefer tuck box decks. I've reduced the collection in number by 25%, which someone pointed out in that last video also, which is crazy. That I reduced it by 25%, but I'm pretty sure like the square footage of storage space that I'm saving by decluttering all of these is probably closer to like 40%, because there's so many of these big Llewellyn boxes that I'm getting rid of, which take up the space of 5 or 6 tuck box decks. So I feel so much better about just the storage situation, just the way everything's laying, the groups and categories I've created to kind of group my decks together and store them in a useful way that is really reflective of how I like to use them. So it's just worked out really well for me. And the fact that when I started this journey, I was thinking, I had a goal in my head that if I could declutter 30 or 40 decks in this process, I'd be really proud of myself. And we blew through that number after like 3 or 4 videos. So the fact that we got rid of 89 decks, 25%, a quarter of everything that I had, is I'm giving myself a little moment of celebration, because that's great. But in the same breath, remembering that numbers don't matter. It doesn't matter. A collection is just whatever it is to you. Like, it's all about what you use and what you love, and it's entirely between you and your decks, right? It's between you and the cards. A lot of what we do with tarot for ourselves is truly just between us and our cards. So it's another example of that. But it was just an interesting reflection that I had. I also wrote some other notes down about just kind of my thoughts and feelings about this whole process, because doing this the slow way, one of the other things is I really specifically wanted to make a point to go through each and every one of the decks, like to open it, not just hold the box and be like, oh, I want this one or not. Open it up, go through the cards, see, like, specifically, energetically, how I felt about them. Does that deck still resonate with me now and the way I like to use cards? Which I think is important to do, especially if you've not gone through your collection in a long time. Just to check yourself. If you're the kind of person who wants to be familiar with your cards, which is to say that you don't have to be. You can have a wall of tarot decks and never touch them, and that's perfectly fine. Like, totally okay. But if you're the kind of person who, like, really wants to emphasize that connection, like going through them, opening the boxes, going through each of the cards, really soaking up the energy of those cards, which it's exhausting, but it's so important, I think, for me. And one thing I will say is that in doing this, after filming each one of these videos, I think the overwhelming energy of all of my decks at once, as well as the potential energy that those decks held, like the tension, the possible future use kind of held within them, going through each of the decks all at once, it was really interesting, energetic experience. It was really enlightening, it was illuminating, and it was exhausting. It was a special kind of exhausting that I only ever really experienced that feeling after doing like a days long of tarot reading. Like if you've read at a festival, or like done like an event where you've just done string of reading after reading after reading after reading for other people. It's like spiritually exhausting, and it's a little bit emotionally exhausting, like a little bit physically exhausting, but there's something about having your spirit like wringed out in that kind of, it's hard to describe if you've not done it, but yeah, it's just like you're just spiritually kind of numb afterwards. So it was just really interesting to like go through that experience while decluttering all of the decks. And for me, that's just it was a sign that this was something that I definitely needed to do, and I'm glad I did it. Another one of the points that I made for myself is that I was kind of surprised that I know myself a lot better than I thought I did. Like, I made confident choices and decisions based on whether or not something felt like me a lot more smoothly than I thought. The first video, I was a little bit rough, and I kind of set that one up to be the most easy for me, and it was a little bit difficult. But after a couple of tries of presenting myself with a pile of decks and making those decisions, like I exercised that declutter muscle, they say. But it's more than that. It's more of just like I began to know what it was I was looking for. I began to form a more clear and solid vision of how I use cards, how I want to use cards, the way I want to use cards, the way I want them to visually represent my internal experience, and it made those decisions a lot easier. Like if you had told me that day I started that first video, if I was going to let go of the Mysteries of Mary deck, I would have told you were insane. But by the time I got to the end, I was like, you know what? No. It's not it. It's almost like I could like feel that my future does not involve her. And I was like, and I knew that. It was like a knowing. It was like a deep intuition knowing that I know this is beautiful. I know I love this. This is a miracle of existence, but I know that this now, it in the future, it definitely belongs to someone else. Like, and I can confidently say that. It's not that it doesn't need to fill a space here. It's that it doesn't. I know the future, and it lives at someone else's house. And it's a weird feeling to know for sure that is something that's going to happen, but it just is. It's weird. And it made the decision-making process wildly easy. And I don't know if I sound crazy by talking about it like that, but if I just kind of like relaxed to that part of my intuition while I was making these choices, I would be like, oh, no, definitely, like this in the future is not here. And I know that. So we're letting it go. And it's just like having a clear vision for that future self makes things a lot easier. So anyway, that was a very interesting experience that I kind of reflected on as I was going through this process. Some thoughts on collections, which I talked about a little bit as well. And there's a wonderful tag going on. I think Sapling Tarot started it. I saw it first on Julie, Peekaboo Rose's channel. Shout out Julie, we love you. And it's a tarot. I forgot the exact tarot tag name, but it's just discussing collections. And I might do it at future just to like specifically answer each of the breakdown questions. But it was a really timely tag that showed up at a moment when I was really thinking about my relationship to my collection and what's important to me, and you know what one should or shouldn't have, which we all know my my feelings about. You should all over yourself. But I've got here written down, I've said it before, I'll say it again. My spiritual practice is in no way dependent on which deck I use, which is an interesting caveat. Surrounded by piles of decks I'm getting rid of. Literally, it matters not how many or which decks you have. Have 5, have 1,000, have 1. Tarot will affect your life in whatever way it's going to. And whatever way that is truly magical. And that just comes back around to my personal belief that whatever is going to happen, happens. So like, when we were sitting here trying to micromanage our collections, just to like take the pressure off and just be like, whatever is going to happen will happen, and that's how it's going to be, and that's just how it is. But with all tarot reading, the power, the magic of that reading does not lie within the deck. The deck helps. The deck is like a vessel, but the true power comes from you, the reader. Power of interpretation, the power of meaning, the power of symbol, the power of connection. All of those things that we love about tarot come from us. They're just channeled through us via a deck, right? The deck flavors whatever it is that's coming out of us. The deck is like a lens that scatters the light in a specific way that comes out of us. But ultimately it is us that is a source of said power and light, or however you want to frame that particular energy. Energy would be another good way to put it. But that's it. The decks are like little lenses, little prisms. And I think we give them too much credit when it comes to reading. I think so much of doing tarot readings comes from us, and we need to give ourselves that credit back. And yeah, another thought I had too is, I think it was a conversation that was floating around about doing readings for others. And you know, we have a wonderful habit of wanting to do the best for our clients and pick a deck that matches them the best. But I really think what should take top priority is, if you were a tarot reader and you were doing a reading for someone else, you must pick a deck that resonates with you first. You can pick one that kind of after you've made the decision to pick a deck that you're connected with, that you can read in a clear and concise and cohesive way, a deck that you know is an accurate and confident channel for you to share the messages of the tarot through, then you can make a choice to pick one that matches the client. But never pick the client first. If it is a deck that you are not familiar with, a deck that you do not resonate with, even if you know it back to front, if you don't like it, if it's not a deck that activates that reading ability in you, and you pick it just because you think it'll match that particular client and make them happy, that is I will say that is a bad choice. Good and bad don't exist, but that is a bad choice. It's not a favorable choice. It's a choice that isn't going to lead to the best outcome, because as a reader, the client is there to listen to you and what you have to say and how you interpret the cards. They're not there to ogle images. I don't think they're going to be super fussed about which one you use. More so, they're interested in how your interpretation of the tarot through those cards is applicable to them, as opposed to the cards themselves initially being the reason that they like the reading. So I just have thoughts about that. That's just like, I don't do as much reading for other people anymore, but there was a time when I did a great deal, and that is something that I've learned the hard way, and I stand firm on that particular opinion right now. So that being said, that kind of applies to the collection conversation, because I'm guilty of this as well, keeping decks around because you think other people will like them. But if I don't love them, then there's no point in me reading with it, because the spark isn't there. It's not going to be the most vibrant and enthusiastic reading if I'm not feeling it with that deck, even if it's like perfect for a certain type of client, right? A tarot deck's a tarot deck. So just some thoughts I had about decks. So yeah, don't keep them around just for other people. If you don't want them, get rid of them. You'll thank yourself. Another thing that I learned about myself is that I have incredible taste in tarot and oracle decks. I say this just, you know, out of full humility. I'm such a humble folk, but I even the decks I'm getting rid of, I'm like, these are good. I have great taste. But yeah, even the ones I'm letting go of are fundamentally good. So there's so many great decks out there, and I'm proud of myself for being able to recognize them. So that's fun. A little pat on the back moment. Why not? And kind of the last thing that I was thinking about is that tarot is just totally amazing and incredible, and I'm so glad it's such a big part of my life. And I must never forget that it's a mirror. It's a mirror of me, and it's also a mirror of everyone else. And that's really important when consuming tarot content, especially spicy tarot content or controversial tarot content. Remembering every single moment, whatever anyone says about whatever they're talking about, whatever I say about whatever I'm talking about is a mirror. And that is a very important framing and context for what is going on. Consciousness came into existence for the sole purpose of experiencing itself. With tarot, we are doing a small version of the same thing. And I think that is so beautiful and such a perfect wrap up and framing to the perspective of why and how we use tarot in our lives for ourselves and for other people. I think that's just so cool. So yeah, the 2025 Declutter is now over. I'll do a little tour video after showing the tarot space where and how I store everything that's left. But the actual hard work of decluttering and collating all of what is leaving is now done, and I'm so proud of myself. And 89 decks are on their way out. Hopefully finding new homes where need be. I feel good. I feel good about it. It's like a really big exhale at the end of a very tedious exercise, which I've entirely brought upon myself, but in a way I've enjoyed it deeply, and it's been fun to be able to share it all with you too. So I hope you've enjoyed the ride. Had a great time while I micromanaged my tarot collection. I will wrap this video up because it's probably already super stinking long. If you are interested in any of these decks, I will add a list in the description box of this video listing everything that is being decluttered, whether it's still available and its price, keeping in mind standard shipping is going to be about $20 or more depending on how huge the boxes are, but I'm guessing around $20. So keep that in mind and send me an email with your list, and I'm sure you can get a pretty rough quote based on what they're selling for, but I'll give you a finalized one with your inquiry, and then it will be confirmed once payment received, etc., and all that jazz. But a lot of these, especially the mass market ones, I will price extremely fairly because you know how it is. Mass market decks are very difficult to get rid of. But anywho, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. It's been a slice, and I'll see all of you fine people in my next video.